Can you all believe that we have 3 different opportunities today for lunch? What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Chasing Charleston Eats. Today is March 13th, I think. Friday the 13th. It is about 11:10 a.m. We're starting our lunch shift. We actually have 3 separate bonuses today that we're going to be working on. So our first one is similar to our other bonuses that we've had. It's going to be 6 orders, but this time instead of the last part of the bonus being $4 and $8, it is actually $7 and $8. So those last 2 orders we're going to get $15 extra for today, which is amazing. The second bonus that we have is an extra $1 per order from 12 to 1 p.m. And then our third bonus is actually a shop and pay bonus. So for the first 4 shop and pay orders through next Wednesday, we're going to actually get $25 extra for doing some shop and pay orders. So we probably won't complete all the shop and pay orders today because I don't get really sent that many of them, but we'll try to get 1 or 2 out of the way each day and collect that extra $25 that Uber's offering us. I used to do shop and pay orders a lot more often, but they just take a little bit extra time, and I'll start doing them more often again once it starts getting hotter out, so that you get a little break from the heat. But we'll get the app on, we'll turn on the shop and pay, and get started. Alright everyone, so it didn't take that long for us to get our first order. It is going to be $8.99 coming from Xerxes Grotto for about 1.8 miles. So let's get this shift started. So we did have quite a bit of a wait in that last restaurant, but while we were waiting, we got 2 more orders. We got one for $8.70 that is going to go about 0.5 miles, and then we got a second one for $5.30 that looks like it's going to go about 1.2 miles. So even though we were waiting, we got a couple more orders from the restaurant that was about a block away, which is going to be really nice to start off our day. And all 3 of our orders picked up and in the hot cold bag now. So we are on our way to the first drop off. It's about 0.4 miles away. Look at that, our second drop off is less than a block away. Gotta love that. Okay, y'all, before we got to our third drop-off of that first group of orders, we got our next order to go to already. It's going to be $8 for only 0.6 miles coming from Jimmy John's. So it's going to be a really quick trip to start off this 12 o'clock hour and get those extra dollars for each order. Alright, y'all, while we were picking up that Jimmy John's, we got our next order for, I think it was $10.87 for a little over 1 mile. So we are absolutely crushing it today. That'll be our 4th and 5th orders. And we're only at 12:07 p.m. Bring y'all with me because I don't want to leave the GoPro out on the street. Hey, how are you? I have some food for asked to leave it at the reception.
That's perfect. No problem.
Thank you. Have a great day, y'all.
You too.
Oh, I guess it does want a photo. We'll try not to get either of you in it. There we go. Perfect. Have a great day.
We're probably in somebody.
Probably.
Oh, it's wrong.
Let's try to leave people a nice little note saying like, "Have a great day. Have a great night. Enjoy your meal." Something like that. Maybe a little nicer personal touch, I think. Not necessarily personal, but just a nice touch to do for people. Alright, y'all, let's head back down King Street to pick up this order from Legend Deli and keep on rocking this Friday afternoon. King Street is kind of more one of our main thoroughfares in town here. When I first moved here, there wasn't a lot up here, but now there is a lot of really good restaurants. It's very close to the college, so there's a lot of bars on King Street too. Karaoke bars, little clubs. Charleston doesn't necessarily have any like clubs, but that's just because there's not a lot of space in any of these buildings, so they're all kind of small. But it's definitely a popular street to go hang out on if you are in town visiting, for sure. And there's a pretty big difference. Upper King Street, which is on the side of Calhoun I am on right now, is definitely more restaurants and bars and stuff like that. Lower King Street, which is what we're about to cross onto, is much more retail and shopping oriented.
The other place we can go is Caviar and Bananas, which is right over here.
Whatever. I'm easy.
Would you look at that? We finally got a shopping order. So it looks like it actually is a pretty decent one. $13 to get 2 things, 6 units, but 2 different things. And it's going to go about 2 miles. So sometimes shopping orders, so you have to drive a little bit farther than the food orders. But since we have this bonus that we're trying to hit, I'm not too worried about going a little bit farther to deliver some shopping orders, especially because each order is basically, once I get to the 4, it's going to be an extra $6 on top of whatever the base pay was for the order originally. So if we can at least average 1 a day, I'd like to get 2 today, but if we can average 1 a day through Wednesday, we'll get that goal. But let's get this order from Legend Deli dropped off and see where we're shopping. we're done with that, I think, 5th food order. We are absolutely crushing it. It is Friday, so there's obviously a lot more orders to go around. I don't come out all the time on Fridays, even though I probably should, just because I like to have one day where I kind of relax and don't go out for a bike ride and delivering food. But since we didn't come out yesterday with the rain, I figured we should come out today, especially because we have those 3 different bonuses to do. Can't really pass up on being able to get all that extra money, which is one of the nice things about the bonuses is that they are stackable. So like this one, now that we're going to get some food from Harris Teeter, it will still count as our 6th order for our daily lunch bonus. So this order is $13, but we're also going to get that extra $8 bonus for the 6th order. So really it's a $21 order for whatever, say like 2.2 miles. And it should be really easy to pick up. It's 2 bottles of ranch and 4 things of carrots. So we'll head to Harris Teeter, get this grocery list, and be off to the delivery. Alright, y'all, we're at Harris Teeter. We'll get this shopping order started. It's our first. Oh, they added a bunch of things. Well, just 2 things. It looks like mushrooms, maybe. Mushrooms, yep. So hopefully we can find all these. It's only 3 things, so if we find one, we should be able to find them all pretty easily. So let's start shopping. I have to message them. Alright, so we need 4 of these. Got lots of those, so we should be good to go on the carrots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. 4 found. Now we just need some ranch. That's one thing I like about these apps is that it tells you when you're wrong. Alright, found 2. Alright, you're all set. We're all finished up with our first shopping pay order of that $4 bonus. I actually didn't realize that Uber Eats used Harris Teeter. I have only been there for Instacart before, not for Uber Eats, so I don't know if that's a new store that Uber has added. If so, that's nice because before, a lot of times the food shopping orders either came from Publix, which I didn't want to go to because they're too far away, or Target. We have like one of the small Targets downtown, but they are usually out of a lot of stuff. So that Target, and it also has very bad Wi-Fi, so that Target is kind of not the best to shop at. I do go there if I get a decent order because it's right in the middle of downtown, so it's not really that hard to get in and out of, especially with a bike. But I'd rather go to Harris Teeter, honestly. That's where I shopped for the last 5 years because I lived a block away from there, so I would know pretty much where everything is at. I just got to get a little bit more used to maybe how to frame bringing you guys in there when I want to actually film a shopping order. But we got 0.8 miles. We are off to Meeting Street to drop off this shopping order, and then we'll turn our app back on and see what orders we get next. First grocery order dropped off there. I've actually gotten groceries for them quite a bit, probably 7 or 8 times. But usually, like I was saying earlier, I get it from Target. That was the first time I got them from Harris Teeter. And before I got to that drop-off, I turned the app back on so that way I could get an order, and immediately we got this one. $10 for about 3 miles. Don't really pay much attention to the mileage because either way I was going to have to drive kind of far back up the peninsula to get to where most of the restaurants are, so I would have had to add about a mile to any order no matter what. So we'll drive up here, get some new Peking, and be off for our 7th order. Okay guys, so we're gonna just leave our app on while we drive this, I don't know, let's see, 1.5 miles over to the drop-off, just because it is now, let's see, 1:05 p.m. So we can obviously stay out for a little bit longer, because the only thing I have to do today after delivering with you guys is head off to the gym, and then I have a friend's birthday dinner at a Brazilian steakhouse, which will be a lot of fun. So I'm not really constrained on my time too much, and I would like to get a second shop and pay order just so I can be halfway done with that opportunity. Even though it does run through Wednesday and we have plenty of time to get more orders, it would just be kind of nice to have it half finished so that maybe Sunday or Monday when I come out next, it will be easier to finish it off and then get an extra $25 added onto my income for one of those days. But we'll see what the app gives us. If we get over there and it hasn't given us anything, we might just head home and call it a day. Alright, so I think Uber heard me talk and it gave me an order right before I got to dropping this one off. It is $11.29 for 2 miles. It is 2 pickups, but the restaurants are on the same block and the drop-offs are both fairly close to each other, so it should only take about 20 minutes to do that order. That'll put us around 1:30, 1:35 when we finish up, somewhere around there, if we don't have to wait too long for the orders to be ready when we get to the restaurants. But I did put my app on pause, so that will be my last order for today. So we did only get 1 shopping order, but it's not too big of a deal because we do have plenty of time to get the last 3. Alright everybody, we got that new Peking order dropped off. We're going to head over to our last 2 pickups and finish this shift off strong.
Very good.
So for today, it feels like we absolutely crushed it, y'all. We'll put the grand total down in the corner with all the bonuses and boosts that we got throughout the day. Make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe to the page so that you can follow along on this journey. I have a microphone and a GoPro media pack coming soon, so hopefully that can help with the actual like speaking and microphones, kind of the wind and all that stuff going forward. So we'll test that out once it gets here on Sunday. But other than that, I appreciate you all for coming along and seeing what it's actually like delivering food by bike here in Charleston. And we'll see you on the next one. Chase out.